do you think the BRRRR method is for the green, never done anything before in real estate, jump right into it? This is how I want to get into it.
No method is just for one person, right? Just Jerry?
I was gonna say, I would say yes and no. So it's because no, if you don't have the right people into place, the right team, it might hurt you. You might go through the rough path like we did. But if you do have the right team, this is a no-brainer. If you do it right, everything comes back. You do it again, you have 2 properties in a year. The average of 6 months of deed, but you have 2 properties in a year. So every year you have 2, 2, 2, 2. Your portfolio you will get a portfolio very fast. So yes,
all on the same money though.
Yes,
all on the same money. If you have different money, now you can start doing it. So speaking, that's a great segue. So speaking of that, since just Jerry and I had different money, so we want to do the BRRRR too, but we want to do the BRRRR with 1 million properties, right? I don't want to know what it was. It's a decent amount of properties for a big number. All right, and I'll just Jerry, stop me if you want me to stop the story.
I'm not stopping you. It's story time with Lance right now. Go ahead.
It's story time with Lance. So just Jerry and I think we're Trump. I use that loosely, but we think we're Trump. So when we do our taxes, we take advantage of us having LLCs and businesses, and we take our losses and whatnot, and it just, our taxes don't show, what our income could possibly be because of the losses as well, right? If that makes sense.
And when you say losses, do you do that on purpose or?
Yeah. So instead of giving it to the government, I'm gonna do 2 new roofs, instead of me paying it out of pocket. It's almost like what's his name that bought the plane because he was gonna take it.
I'm not telling you that, guy.
What's his name? What's his name again?
I'm not going to say
I can't hear you, DT. DT, did I lose you?
Grant Cardone.
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose, bro. What are you talking about?
What was that?
Greg Cardone, bro.
Grant Cardone. There you go, Grant Cardone. My guy, Grant Cardone. But so Grant Cardone bought a private jet, because he's got to take a loss somewhere. So that way he rather buy that than, pay taxes. So just Jerry and I have done the same thing, not buy jets, but, stuff for our properties where we take losses at the end of the year. So we decide last year that, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the BRRRR method with all the properties with a lot of properties that we own. We're going to do a blanket, a blanket loan.
Blanket refi.
Yep, a blanket refi loan, right? And we're going to pull all this money out, and we're really going to go ahead and play this following year for real. And we get through the process, and when we submit our taxes, they're like, you guys can't afford to pull out. I mean, it's a really, I don't want to say a number. It's a really high number. It's a really, really high number, right? So the number's really high. It's a huge number that most people will never see in their lives. And when we got to it, the nitty gritty, they're like, nah.
What do you do? This is a hobby for you?
We can't. Show us the money that you make. I mean, we did everything. I mean, we did the BRRRR method. We started fixing up everything. Here, let's put this on. Let's clean everything up. DT. Let's clean all this stuff up. Let's get tenants everywhere. Boom, boom, boom. Even one of the properties, we had 1 property left that we didn't have a tenant. And DT's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, listen, just throw somebody in there right now. Don't tell Jerry. Just put somebody in there quick. so we're going through the whole 9, and then when we get there and we're looking at that big number for that big check, because he can, do the loosely give you an estimate of what you're going to be paying a month and what that cash out looks like. And we're like, let's go, let's do it.
We all in.
And once they got the tax returns, they're like, there's no way in hell because you can't afford it. And I'm like, Well, here's our rent roll.
Yeah, do you see what we make, bro? What are you talking about?
Here's stubs, pay stubs. Here's all kinds.